Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Remember, no matter who you are valid, and being a bigot is a terrible character flaw. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, it's a brand new day. I didn't do much yesterday. I went on some walkies, but I watched videos, I played some video games. And this morning has been a slow morning, but I've showered and done what I needed to do. It is 12:15 p.m. Oof. And yet I have done nothing. But then I'm not really going to do anything. I don't have anything to accomplish. I'm not a world leader. I don't have anything vast to do. My various issues make sure that I'm not going to be, bungee jumping or anything. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, of the things that I have done, I wanted to talk about at least one or two. I think the omeprazole is finally working. I only had like a minor, very minor little, even possible GERD attack yesterday. So today should be even better, and then I think it should be taken care of for the 14-week period. 14 day. I'm going to continue taking it for the full time, otherwise pointless. But yeah, so thumbs up. It seems to be working. I am pleased about that. And I might as well say this early on the internet game of Marco Polo, where I say Marco and then, for blatant engagement farming, say a secret word for people to write into the comments section. Of the people that did this last time, we have Jesse Koskinen. Thumbs up and thank you so very, very much for playing along with my little game. It is appreciated. There is almighty monkey power. Thumbs up and thank you too. Greatly appreciated. And make sure that if you got too much pain in your shoulder, you got that taken care of. I'm going to have to go see my doctor about my hip. So take care of things if you need to. Potatotron23, thumbs up, thank you. Always good to see you in the comments. We have Calicoy, who has stated that they don't mind if I pronounce it Calicoy or Kalecoy. Either way, thumbs up. Thank you much. Good to see you. We have Shula Asphalt 3165. Greatly appreciated. You're playing along. And Toilet Decimator, whom I have to admit, for some goofy reason, I thought of as you can make an indie game where the Toilet Decimator is the character you're going up against. There are a lot of weird indie games out there, from like especially Chilla's Art or Puppet Combo. A lot of their earlier stuff, there's like Toilet Decimator games. So thumbs up. And also, as a quick aside, you know how there's the minor backrooms thing? I mean, it's not minor, but if you're not really into that sort of stuff, you might be just aware of them, but not fully aware of this. Some time back, this person made a parody game of it called like the Toilet Rooms, and it's one of those you're going through infinite bathrooms. But what I liked about that is, yeah, it's great rooms, great big rooms with toilet stalls and urinals. And as some of them, when you open up the door to one of the stalls, it opens up into more rooms. I love that sort of stuff. So kind of cool. I'm going to have to download that and check it out again myself. Speaking of which, while I was on walkies yesterday, for some reason, I decided to think about, I have mentioned various sorts of cosmic horror ideas and concepts. Like, the one idea I've got where it takes place over like 150 years from a cosmic horror event occurring to the new world that is at the end of that. But last night I was thinking, well, you could make it as easy as, let's say, there's a guy whose uncle has said, well, I need you to clear out my basement. It's a family home. There's generations worth of junk down there. I've got to go out for business. Work on this over the weekend. The earliest I'll be back is Monday. I could be gone a few more days depending on how well or how poorly it goes. So he's like, okay, sure. So he gets to stay in a guest room in his uncle's house and clean out the basement. Basement? Clean out the basement. His uncle's gone. He's taken boxes up and out. And he notices when he's getting through there that there's a shining light back there in the depths of the basement. Kind of toward the center of the whole place. So he clears his way specifically to that, and there's a door, and along the sliver of the door jamb, there's light coming through. So he gets a thing, hooks it in there, and manages to jam the door open. And yeah, there's a hallway. And the door is ancient. It's old. Of course, it's over 100 years old. But the light isn't anything like a bulb. It's about half the size of a golf ball. It's a uniform orange. It's sort of hanging about 6 inches with no visible sockets or anything below the ceiling and giving off a warm, regular light. And it's a ancient, painted, wooden, floored hallway going that way. So when he walks in to do a little bit of investigating, well, he doesn't see that inside of his pocket his phone is glitching out. But he's heading out because not all of these bulbs are lit. Only a few of them are working enough so that he can find his way and see that there's no side paths. There's no weird way to get lost. And it ends up with a doorway and a circular stairwell and a large circular column. And it goes walls, 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 and then no wall and stairs. That with his flashlight that he can see. Turn off the flashlight. There's just enough dim light that he can see that there's dim light, but not anything that's down there. And it's grand total. About 130 feet from the doorway he's in to the bottom of the spiral stairwell, way, way down there. Under his uncle's house, there's been this doorway going down a circular stairs into how big of what underneath there? He goes down the stairs to check it out. And it's a big area, like a warehouse type place. Semi-modern. Like 100 years out of date. But nothing that would be unusual. When he's only about 20, 30, 50 feet away and looking at something, the stairs collapse entirely. From the doorwell up above, 130 feet up, with about 50 feet of corridor till ceiling, but then it's just open air from ceiling on down about 70 feet. Very tall ceiling. So now he's stuck. And that's when he discovers his phone doesn't work. So now, because he hasn't heard of this sort of thing underneath the town that his uncle lives in, he goes looking for a way to try and get up it just keeps going deeper. And of course, as a cosmic horror thing, the deeper it goes, well, it's about 100 years out of date up here. But the deeper it goes into the complex, the more modern everything is becoming. Till he figures, I'm 500 feet down. I am at least 500 feet down. This stuff looks like it was installed yesterday. And yeah, it's all modern stuff. Now that's as far as I've thought. It is a cosmic horror slash existential horror situation that the guy's gotten stuck in. What are his odds of survival? I can English, I promise you. Pretty low. Pretty low, but the idea of the story is not fixating on the poor guy dying, but just the things that are happening possibly up to him dying, but that's not the point. The cessation of life processes is not why we're watching him. It's to watch him suffer from all this. Basically, which is all fiction is, you as an author kick your characters into the alligator pit to see who climbs out the other side. But everybody who's reading your story or watching your movie, you're all the spectators eating popcorn, watching as characters get kicked into the alligator pit and one by one get eaten and only a few of them make it out the other side, and you're just whooping and hollering and eating popcorn and having a great time watching all the carnage. So yeah, we're all complicit. Salivary madness, too much in my glands. So that's what I have been doing, trying to survive, trying to sleep when I can at night. I didn't sleep great last night, but I did sleep better, not than the night before, but on better than those nights I've had horrific insomnia. I still hurt more than I like, but it's acceptable. It's less than it has been during my insomnia periods. So that's good. Yay. Yeah, I don't really have anything else written down on my list up there, aside from things like Utalk, where characters and my various settings I could talk about for days, especially Utalk, who is vile but understandable, since while they do horrific and terrible things to human beings, they don't do it out of hatred. They don't think about us as anything at all other than a food source. So they don't do anything horrific to be evil. Some sort of aircraft going by. This doesn't always pick up a whole lot of stuff, even though I've been trying to make it work better at that, working on adjusting the volume levels, but hopefully it picked that up. Anyway, though, call to action time. If you could like, comment, share, subscribe, that would be very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. I don't have any word other than if you could type raccoon into the comments for number 1, blatant engagement farming, and number 2, this is my call of Marco into the void, listening to see if anyone will answer Polo by typing raccoon into the comments, of course, for blatant engagement farming, but also that silly little game of Marco and Polo. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I couldn't force you even if I wanted to, and I don't want to force anyone to do anything. So, if you do, thank you. And if you don't, well, hey, it happens. So, thumbs up. And if you're a Patreon patron, you are a beautiful and awesome individual, truly, in at least 4 out of thousands of ways. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Thumbs up for that. Your help is appreciated. For everybody that leaves me a comment, you two are beautiful and awesome in your own way. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up or heart every comment that YouTube allows, and I answer as many comments as my nerve compression will let me, so it takes a lot longer than I would like to answer comments. If you are interested in an answer, it can take me up to 24 hours, so don't give up. Thumbs up for that. And hey, hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done today. That'd be very cool, but if not, please do not beat yourself up. It will not help you get it done better next time, and you deserve better. So today, I am just going to take care of myself. I would like to, good golly Miss Molly, get a game of Dungeon Crawl Epic Adventure played. I have a character made, and I've got it all ready to go. I just need to play it on the edge of the table here or on the edge of my bed. I do have a table I could set up, a smaller one, an end table. End table? You know, TV tray type table. And so I could play it on there. There's all sorts of options. I could even clean off that table as I walk into the way. Lean into the way. This table back here that I originally purchased to play games upon, but then now I have co-opted as, well, a flat surface to put things upon. Thumbs up for that. Yay. But yeah, I'm just going to edit, render, upload, and hopefully be able to play games. I'm going to go out for walking as it's dried up enough that I can walk. I had to walk through fields before because the regular dirt road that goes through a drainage field goes below the level of water. We've had a lot of rain. I haven't been able to walk across there because the streams have been flowing. Well, it's finally dried up enough that I can walk through there. And while I like walking through the fields, now that I know that there's field mice trails all the way, well, field mice, harvest mice, all sorts. They could be just rats, could be anything, could be whatever a variant of a weasel would be. You know, it's some small mammals that make colonies are there, and they have a lot of trails everywhere. And I feel guilty walking over those things. I don't want to crush tunnels. I don't want to block openings. I don't want to ruin paths they've made. It's their home. They don't need me tromping through it. So I have felt guilty now that I've realized that that's what those are. So now that the dirt road is finally dried up enough that I can walk along that with mud on this side, a pool of stagnant water here, but enough dry stuff in between on these two sides here to be able to walk. Later on, when it gets dry enough that the puddle dries up, there's just going to be a hole in the road there and won't have to worry about the water at all. So yeah, I am going to call this one here because I've been waving my arms in the air and my arms are tired and my light just went off there in the bathroom. It's the only light that has a timer on it. There's the overhead light. Does it have a timer? No. There's the over the sink light. Does it have a timer? No. There's the bathroom light. Does it have a timer? Yes. Does that mean you'll be taking a shower and the light will go off if you forgot to set it for an hour? Yes. Does that mean the light will go off if you're having a particularly bad day or you're reading something and the light goes off while you're sitting on the toilet? Yes. In no other room is there a timer. I don't know why there's a timer. It's probably something to do with the reason I have low flow stuff. Does it save energy? Anyway, though, I could rant all day just about the stupidest stuff, and I don't want to do that. It is nice, though, that I've been going on this whole time and talking, and I haven't had any GERD effects. Because if you've seen any of my videos up to my taking omeprazole, almost every single time I've gone, there's that I have to cough or clear my throat feeling. Today I don't have that. Yesterday I only had it very minor league. So again, I state I think the omeprazole is working. Yay! And since it was only $10 for 3 2-week courses, I can live with that. Anyway, you take care. No, I say so. Until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a soft gray raccoon kind of thing. Very good. Yeah, that's a very good thing. A soft gray raccoon kind of thing. I got lost in the middle trying to make sure that I was saying it correctly. Anyway, it's a raccoon. So I'm going to click up here, and then I'm going to click on the stop recording button.